episode 6, or if you listen to the last episode, episode 5, because...
No, it's 6. It's
How-
embarrassing.
Listen,
Your editing stinks.
I didn't know where we were. We didn't write it on our paper, and we drink wine while we do our podcast. So
True that.
that doesn't help things, but this is episode 6 if you're going in order of our savings starts tomorrow. First of all, I guess we should say, because we've never said it on our podcast, I went back and listened to them. We've never mentioned the fact that we're married.
Oh,
I could just be your gay friend. He's just drinking wine and we're gabbing about trips we've been on.
Yeah.
So, you know, what? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm just saying, like, we should establish the relationship
Yes.
of who we are.
Yes, there is a relationship.
Yeah.
There's a bond.
I'd say a cold relationship,
Oh
but
my
that's
gosh.
still.
Well, that's just because that you're upsetting me about a contractor. That's for a whole nother podcast.
Problems with contractors. Listen to that podcast. It's coming out next season. So, yeah, we've been just traveling since we were high school sweethearts.
Yes,
And we love to travel.
we do.
We love to drink wine.
Yes.
And we like to just share our traveling stories with you. So hopefully you learn something from it, and either it'll help you save money or lose money.
Yeah, and look, we're not these like crazy extravagant travelers that are going to like super exotic crazy places. I feel
No.
like we're just like you're more average family.
We went to Disneyland. We did 3
Travel.
episodes on Disney World.
Exactly.
This one's on Costa Rica, which I know you're like, ooh, Costa Rica. I know a lot of people have gone to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
That's like as exotic as we can do.
Yep, exactly.
But we are drinking wine, as we do on this
Yes.
podcast. And how do you say the name of this one?
Shalem?
Shalem. That's how it's
I
pronounced.
don't. A little less
Okay.
of what you're doing.
We're doing a Chardonnay. It's from Oregon? Portland?
Yes,
Is
it
this where
is.
did we go here?
We did go here.
Okay.
I know. I happened to see it at the store, and I was like, yes.
If you are wondering, are we ever going to do an actual like winery podcast?
We will.
Hopefully from the winery. Just like
My-
a mess.
Yes.
The
No,
whole time.
I have big plans for different, because we've been to lots of different wineries,
Yeah.
not just in Northern California, but other places too. So we will have those. So keep listening.
But let's get to Costa Rica. Pura Vida.
Pura Vida.
Puerto Vida.
Nope, I don't think that's right.
Porta Vida.
Pura Vida. I was looking it up on a map,
Yeah.
Costa Rica, because I wanted to see like the region that we were staying in. And you know what? It kind of looks like a seahorse.
I am not aware of that.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I saw like a seahorse head and like a little.
Costa Rica in Spanish means the seahorse, so that would make complete sense.
Does it?
No.
No.
No. It
Okay.
means like rich coast or something.
Oh, okay.
By the way, we never even said what Porta Vida means. You just jumped in with the seahorse
I
conversation.
don't know.
It means like live life. Everyone says it there.
Yes, everyone does
Constantly.
say it there.
It's like how we always do the fist bump. They always say Porta Vida.
Yep.
So we've been to Costa Rica twice,
We have been there twice.
but the same region each time.
yeah, we have not ventured out of
We
Guanacaste.
are creatures of habit.
It wasn't planned that way. It
No.
just kind of happened. The first trip was, okay, both trips were planned pretty intoxicated.
We had a few on both times.
I hope that you guys are sensing a theme to us booking trips.
Yes.
But yeah, the first time that we booked, it was actually with a big group of friends.
Yep.
And then the second time was just with another couple at a charity gala.
We went to the Ronald McDonald House Gala, and it's a funny thing. When we get there, we think we're rich.
Yep,
Because
we do.
We have a great uncle named American Express. And man, can we spend.
Oh my gosh. I think that our table wasn't just us,
Yeah.
other people at our table too.
Yeah.
But I think that our table was like the second or third highest bidding table
Yeah, we did.
of the night.
We did it, everyone.
And that, like, the first is like these crazy rich oil guys that are always there every year.
We came in second to the crazy rich oil people. That's what happened that year. We're still paying off
Oh my
the second
gosh.
trip to Costa Rica.
And you know what? I thought I was going to die the next day.
Yeah, you did not look good. You were fine the night of. You were bidding high, but the next day you were riding low.
Yes, very low.
So let's start with the first trip we did, which was with our friends. We went with a group of friends to an all-inclusive resort.
Yes.
It was the Hilton Papagayo.
Yes. And that was super fun. But unfortunately, that resort it's not called the Hilton Papagayo
Are we talking
anymore.
about a resort that's closed? We're a
It's not
travel
closed.
podca-
I
Okay.
know. It's not. It's still there.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the new one now.
We did some Googling, and we can't figure out which one it is. It's in the Gulf of the Papagayo.
Yes.
And it's right across from the Four Seasons.
Yes.
You can see the Four Seasons and how nice that one is from, we're going to call it the Hilton Papagayo.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Okay, but the Hilton was still
really
very
nice.
nice. It's big. It was a big resort.
TripAdvisor gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the resort's still there. There are a lot of bugs when you go to
my
Costa Rica.
gosh.
Much like when I talked about Alaska. It's the same thing.
So many bugs.
And-
And just like random like animals.
There was like cats who just roam around and try to get your food.
A lot of like big iguanas.
Uh-huh.
That always freaked me out.
The iguanas were, it was the cats, because the cats were fearless. I mean, they would come right up there and lick your leg.
Ew.
It was strange.
No.
It happened.
No. And then there was also monkeys,
Oh, yeah, which was cool.
but tons of mosquitoes.
We were told to bring 100% Deet. So that's like insect spray plus cancer.
Oh, yeah. It'll
And-
give you cancer for sure.
We sprayed it everywhere.
We did.
But you know what? Fun fact about the trip. We did conceive our son on that trip.
Yes.
And that was with 100% Deet everywhere.
Yep. And he's fine.
Yeah, he's got a twitch, but he seems to be doing okay.
Oh, my gosh.
While we were there on the all-inclusive, we did a bunch of adventures. So we did this zipline / horseback riding / spa day.
Yeah, that was really fun.
You got into like an unmarked van, and they drove
You
you
know
up.
how much I love that.
I know. You thought you were going to get taken.
Yes.
And we went to, I think it's the Tenorio volcano.
Yeah, it was so pretty. It was kind of a far drive.
Yeah. You know what's weird? When we go on these trips, I hate doing the drives because I don't want to be in a car for
I know.
2 hours.
I know.
I want to be there.
Right.
And so that was kind of a bummer, I guess. But it was cool because we got on these horses and we rode into the forest, which, by the way, is like Jurassic Park.
Yes.
That's exactly what it looks like. And then we ziplined through the trees with monkeys like swinging as you zipline.
And it's like legit forest because
Oh, yeah.
at one point they actually had the guide ziplining ahead of us. And at one point they actually had to radio and say like, hey, don't send anybody because they were getting a snake off of the platform. Do you
There
remember
was
that?
a snake,
Yeah.
a big snake.
Yes.
And we're just in the jungle,
Yep.
minding our own business.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think we saw monkeys from like afar when we did that. That was fun.
And then after the zip lining, we went to the spa. I think it was at the Volcano National Park. Mm-hmm. And at the spa, they had this water slide. And we were able to climb up with like these tubes and go down this water slide through the forest. And I kept thinking, snakes can swim. Like the whole time.
Oh my gosh. I'm
You never
glad that
thought-
I didn't think
Oh,
that.
that's what I thought.
wouldn't have done that.
And then after we went down the water slide a few times, they let us rub ourselves in like volcanic
Mud. Yeah. You
was
put like
fun.
you rub the volcanic mud all over you, let it like sit, and then you got into the hot springs. Remember there was hot
Oh, that's
springs
right. Yeah.
there. Yeah.
It was good for the skin.
Yeah.
And,
And then they served lunch.
Uh-huh.
And it was like a really nice all day taste of Costa Rica.
yeah, it was. I think if you're going to go to Costa Rica, you have to do the zip lining.
You have to.
That's what they're known for.
Now that I've done zip lining though,
You're done?
I'm kind of done. But it was cool.
Yeah. Another adventure we went on this trip was deep sea fishing.
I did not do that.
I did it.
I went to the spa, and let me tell you, ladies, the spa was awesome.
Did you get a massage there on the beach?
I got many massages that trip actually.
Okay. That must be nice. I got none. But when we went deep sea fishing, you get up early. That's just part of deep sea fishing. You get on a boat, and again, it takes like an hour to go wherever you want to go. But we caught a bunch of barracuda, which you can eat. In fact, we ate one of the barracudas, like sashimi style, on the boat.
That's kind of cool.
And that was a blast. And then we caught a marlin.
Yes.
But you throw those back.
Okay.
That-
So you didn't
alive.
hurt it because you took a picture with it.
You pick it up and everyone holds it and everyone gets a group photo with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just toss it back in the water and then it'll get caught tomorrow. Same thing over again.
Oh.
So we'll see you again tomorrow. Yeah.
Sad.
But it's exhausting. They like strap you into this chair and
Yeah.
you fight these fish.
Yeah, but you guys were having fun. You were having beers.
Oh, so many
and
beers. I think that was part. I was so
Yeah.
exhausted. And I was like, why am I so tired wrestling this tiny little fish? Because the barracudas, they're not that big.
Right.
I think it was the booze. I'm pretty sure it was. But we were able to bring back the barracudas, and then we brought them to the resort. So make sure if you do deep sea fishing, ask your resort ahead of time. and they cooked us a meal.
Oh, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Like the chef, like, because it's all inclusive, right? So
Yeah.
it's like a set menu at different places. And he like made us this special dish with the fish, and it was awesome.
It was great. At least they're claiming it was the fish we brought in.
Whatever. It
It's
was
like the
so
Emperor's
good.
New Clothes. We believe them.
Yes.
And we loved it. So
And all inclusive was great with friends.
yeah, it was a blast.
Yes.
Are you more all inclusive or are you more the other hotel we stayed at?
I think it just depends on what kind of trip you're looking for. Like with friends, I thought all inclusive was perfect. But for just you and I don't know.
We don't need it as much.
We don't need it
We're
as
not going to
much.
sit there at the bar. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
we will. Okay. All right. The other trip we did was the Palms, Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm.
This was on Flamingo Beach.
Yes.
5 out of 5 on TripAdvisor.
It's so nice.
This is the one we bought at the gala where it was an auction.
Yes.
It's fancy.
It is so fancy. It's only like 34
Yeah.
separate bungalows basically in this like horseshoe, and then in between the horseshoe is like 2 pools. One is an infinity pool, and then it's like every one of those bungalows has an ocean view,
Yeah.
and they're their own like houses, and they have full kitchens, beautiful bathrooms.
Concierge on site.
Yes.
Now, since it's more of a residence, though, there wasn't really was there a restaurant? No.
No, you could order breakfast and they had lunch, but there wasn't dinner really. You could do like a special dinner.
Mm-hmm.
We never did a special dinner, but they'll do like a special dinner like on the beach or something. But really, like we had groceries brought in, which was kind of cool. Like I just planned out like, okay, for breakfast, we're going to want eggs. And, there was a lady that again, it was so nice because they had the concierge. They told me ahead of time, like, hey, if you want these homemade bagels, there was a lady that they knew that would make homemade bagels. And so she brought bagels for us. And
those groceries were expensive, though. They weren't cheap.
well, no.
I mean, it would have been cheaper if we would have just went to a grocery store and did it all.
Well, we also did go to a grocery store.
Then we did terrible planning.
I know. We brought groceries in, but then we did stop at a grocery store just to pick up booze.
That's booze. I don't love that.
You don't like that?
No, it's my same problem with Airbnbs. I guess I'm on vacation. I want to go to a restaurant. I don't want to eat every meal sitting on the couch in my residence watching CNN headline news. And that's what we did. We're out on the balcony.
Yeah. But there was a restaurant right next door.
Jimmy Buffett. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Not Jimmy Buffett's.
Coco Loco.
Coco Loco.
Yes.
I got a shirt from there.
And they had like 4 different kinds of ceviche. I think I ate all 4 kinds of ceviche every single day.
Yeah.
We literally ate there for lunch and dinner, I think every night.
Yep.
Except for one where you could walk into town. There was like a tiny little town.
Teeny tiny.
And they had 2 or 3 restaurants there.
Yeah, we did pizza.
We did pizza one
Guess
night.
I know. We're crazy travelers like that. Yeah. You also drank a Coco Loco, which is, what was it? Is it rum?
Oh, it was in the coconut.
It's in the You drink one every day.
Well, I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
And coconut's like good for your skin and stuff.
Your skin has never looked so good. One of the things we did when we were going this time was we rented a private catamaran.
Oh my
with the other
goodness.
couple.
This was so fun. I want to do this on every trip.
Yeah. No, we're still paying off this catamaran.
Whatever.
Because it's really cool just to be on a catamaran out on the water. You see the dolphins. They did like snorkeling along the way.
Yes.
And then they even picked up some, I think, like a lobster that we were going to have, a ceviche.
Yep. He got a lobster, but he also we were on like this private little snorkeling adventure. Mm-hmm. We stopped at 2 different places to snorkel, and it's like places that he grew up going to. So like he knows where to find the stuff. He brought up like a blowfish, remember?
Yeah.
Tigerfish.
He was going into the caves and like he wasn't.
Oh yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah.
He was doing like free. He didn't have a snorkel or anything.
We sat at the top with like fun noodles and just put our heads in and like kick. Like that's all we did.
And he made us like this beautiful lunch spread that was so good. Oh, and we had rum punch.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
We had rum punch on that
Yes.
catamaran, and it was tasty.
If you have never been to our Instagram page, there's a photo of Jen dancing with rum punch
Oh my
on
gosh.
the deck of the catamaran.
Living my best life
You would have never
in
left.
the
That was-
sunset.
yes.
in Costa Rica. Just, yeah.
Yeah. The other adventure we went on to was a town I've always wanted to go to called Tamarindo.
Yes.
It's a surfing town. And that's where, like, if you've heard of Witch's Rock or Ollie's Point, these are big surfing places in Costa Rica. And you can go there as someone who has surfed before or someone who's never been surfing before.
Yeah, they had a lot of like surf schools there.
Everywhere.
Yes.
And the whole town was either surf shops, surf schools, or tiny little trinkets that you could buy. I mean, that's all it is. In fact, we had a friend go and he learned to surf while he was there. I grew up surfing, but it's been a lot of years. So I rented a foam board and just went out, and the waves are right. It wasn't deep or anything.
It's like actually the perfect spot to learn.
Yeah. And then you can also rent some chairs on the beach.
That's where I was.
And then they have people with coolers walking around giving you drinks.
And that's where I bought my booze.
The best surf shop in Tamarindo is called Kelly's Surf Shop. That's like the one that's known.
Okay.
So if you're going, you got to go there and get yourself a t-shirt. I bought one, but it doesn't fit.
Did you buy it too big or too small?
Too small.
Oh.
I didn't do a good job on this trip. The Coco Loco, the restaurant we went to.
It's like an extra, extra large.
It's like a dress on me. And then the Kelly Surf Shop one.
Did you get like a
The
extra
belly
small?
shirt. Yeah.
Gosh.
It shows off like half of my midriff.
That sounds about right.
So I don't wear that one as much, but it's definitely worth going to. To me, I would pick the all-inclusive over the Palms. It was just more fun.
Yeah.
I think I would. Yeah.
Okay.
The two big drinks in Costa Rica are Imperial Beer,
Yes.
which is everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like Budweiser here, but there's no Coors Light competing with it.
Right.
It's just Imperial Beer. Or Cacique.
Cacique.
Which tastes like vodka.
Does it?
do you
I feel
think
like
it
it's like a
tastes?
in
Tequila?
between a vodka and a tequila, which sounds weird.
It's like what everyone does shots of there.
Everyone does shots.
So you'll
of.
see Cacique there. You can also do Costa Rica cheap or expensive.
Yes.
Like there's so many different ways to do it. You can there's hostels if you're like into that kind of travel in Tamarindo where you can just stay for like $20 a night. It's really cheap.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
I bet there's a lot of bugs there.
but if you bring 100% DEET, you'll kill everything.
Yes.
Lizards, monkeys, it doesn't matter. We were talking about how we wanted to end our podcast with 3 questions each time.
Yes.
And so the first question is, would you go again? So Costa Rica as a whole, would you go again?
No.
Why not?
Well, for starters, we've been there twice.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I would go back if we went to a different region just to see something else. But yes, beautiful. But when I think of like the beach, I want something different.
You want Cabo? You want Hawaii?
I want Hawaii. I want the Caribbean. I want clear water.
Okay. I'd do it again. I would love to know what places look like outside of Guanacaste.
Yes.
We've done it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see something else. Question number 2, what would you do differently? Is there anything you would change with the trip? I mean, we did it 2 different times, so
I know.
we did change it a lot.
I know we did.
I would make sure that we would have excursions. The second time around, we didn't really plan anything, and then we were scrambling each day.
Yeah.
I'd do a better job planning. And
I know. I always think that I don't want excursions, and then
Then you get bored.
we get bored.
And you want to see something off the resort. So
Yes.
I think that would be my thing. What would you do the same?
Ooh. I mean, I liked the Palms.
Yeah.
I loved everything I loved having like my own house on the beach. And like the beach was so
view.
perfect, and we took long walks, and so I liked that.
Yeah. You enjoyed every morning we got up and we walked the beach with coffee.
Yes.
And that was like perfect. Saw some sea snakes
Yes.
along the way, just like animals from the tide dropping back down, which was cool. I would do the all-inclusive again.
Okay.
We couldn't be more different.
All right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Hey, we always ask people to give us reviews.
Yes.
And we got a bunch of 5 stars. So
Woo woo.
thank you. And thank you for the kind words. Like this text from Kai Rosie says, love this podcast. Jon and Jen's cheerful banter is infectious and definitely keeps you engaged. I absolutely love the Cabo episode, and I agree that Flora Farms is a must.
Episode.
Tiki R. Larson says, love it. Their energy is everything. Jon and Jenn have a natural chemistry, and their podcast truly flows. I love how realistic they are, especially as it pertains to Disney, because I have been so invested in Disney. but haven't had a chance to go yet.
Oh,
We got nice words.
nice. I love it.
So if you don't mind, please give us a 5-star review. 5.
5. Only 5.
Yeah, don't do 4.
No.
Don't bring our average down.
Don't do it.
And if you haven't followed us yet on Instagram, do that as well. Our Instagram handle is Our Savings Starts Tomorrow. Is that going to get old?
Nope. Never gets old.